we are covering the big 6 pathogens for the ServSafe Manager exam. These 6 are singled out by the FDA because they are highly infectious, can cause severe illness, and are easily transmitted by food handlers. Memorizing this list is critical, as it frequently appears on the exam. The big 6 are Norovirus, Hepatitis A, Shigella, Shiga toxin-producing E. coli, also known as STEC, Salmonella Typhi, and Nontyphoidal Salmonella. The exam will test your knowledge of these pathogens in a few specific ways. First, you'll need to identify them from a list. A question might ask, which of the following is one of the big 6 pathogens? And you'll need to pick the correct one from options like Campylobacter or Listeria. Second, and more importantly, you must know the required action when an employee is diagnosed with an illness caused by one of these pathogens. According to the FDA Food Code, specifically in Section 2-201.11, if an employee is diagnosed with an illness from any of the big 6, they must be excluded from the operation. This is a major exam point. A common trap is confusing exclusion with restriction. Restriction means an employee can still work, but is limited to tasks that don't involve food, utensils, or clean linens. Exclusion means they cannot come into the food establishment at all. For the big 6, if there is a diagnosis, the answer is always exclusion. For example, a typical exam scenario will state, a chef has been diagnosed with hepatitis A. What must the manager do? The only correct answer is to exclude the chef from the operation. Another critical responsibility for the manager, which is often tested, is the requirement to report the diagnosis to the local regulatory authority or health department. So, the 2 required actions are to exclude the employee and report the diagnosis. The employee cannot return to work until they have clearance from a medical professional and the local regulatory authority. To help you remember this crucial list, use this mnemonic. Sick humans easily spread nasty sicknesses. Sick for Shigella, humans for hepatitis A, easily for E. coli, STEC, spread for Salmonella Typhi, nasty for Nontyphoidal Salmonella, and sicknesses for Norovirus. Remember, symptoms like vomiting or diarrhea also require exclusion, but an official diagnosis with one of the big 6 pathogens triggers the additional requirement of reporting it to the health authorities. The exam will test this distinction. You must know that a diagnosis with Norovirus, Hepatitis A, Shigella, STEC, Salmonella Typhi, or Nontyphoidal Salmonella requires both exclusion and reporting. For free practice questions, AI-powered explanations, and more exam prep tools, visit openexamprep.com. That's openexamprep, all one word, .com.